What's up guys, it's Darius from Crystallis Kingdom, and today I have another Final Fantasy 15 video for you guys. And today I'm just going to be giving you guys my reaction and analysis post-game, post-playing the whole demo, looking at everything I could find throughout the game and really just kind of letting everything sink in. But today it's a little different because I have a guest with me, and it's a fellow YouTuber and friend of mine. He goes by the name of Dreadnought Games, and he played the demo just like a lot of us, and he has his thoughts on it. So I'm gonna let him talk about his channel and a lot of information about him and what he does in general. So Dread, let us know what you do on your channel and just basic information about you.
Thanks for the introduction, Darius. Basically, my name is Dreadnought Games. My first YouTube video was about criticisms and complaints in Final Fantasy 15. I also did a full, like you said, walkthrough of the demo. I had a lot of fun with it. Also do analysis videos. I'm going to start top 10s. I do all kind of things revolving generally RPGs or mini big mainstream or sometimes indie games. But yeah. That's pretty much the gist of my channel.
Alright, thank you for letting us know all that. Again, if you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, please make sure you go over there and support him. Do everything you can to show love and feedback, just like you do over here. So let's get into it. Now, first I'm going to start off with some gameplay and just really thoughts on the combat. If you guys have seen my Let's Plays or even Dreadnought's Let's Plays, you can kind of really get a sense of how the gameplay is. For me, it's very fun. It's simple in the way that you really just hold down one button to attack and you hold down another button to defend. But as you get more throughout the game, you gain more experience and you kind of go against higher level enemies. It does really get deep because they introduced the parry system, which takes a little bit of getting used to really, implement it well and actually pull them off. But as I played the game more, I kind of felt I got a better feel for how to use them. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but there are multiple Phantom Swords throughout the demo, and those actually add gameplay elements too. So Dread, just let us know what you think about the combat in general.
I mean, when I played it on my walkthrough, I thought it was really good, really responsive. Like you said, you can hold it down or you can mash the buttons, but don't go in here thinking that you're just gonna hold down the button or mash to win, because you will die a lot. I noticed that. I was like, man, this is, I went in there thinking it was gonna be like Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, I got this, it's no big deal. Honestly, in my off-time recording and just even during the recording itself, I got my shit rocked a lot, and yeah, it was actually really something I had to get used to. But it does have a lot of depth to it, especially like with the parries, because it does take something to get accustomed to. And one thing that I thought that was pretty cool that they did with it was it's sort of like one of the most intricate systems we've had in Final Fantasy, because it, like I said, it sort of blends together Kingdom Hearts, Dark Souls, and Final Fantasy all together, but it doesn't give you like the full range of all of them. So it kind of creates its own little unique style, and it takes something more and dedication to learn, because it's not as simple as it kind of seems.
Yeah, just like you were saying, like you really can't just go in here really just holding down the button, just attacking, because like even the smaller enemies will like absolutely destroy you, especially at night. Like the goblins will like really mess you up. But like really just like my thoughts on the combat, it really kind of just tells from it I really got an idea of what this gameplay is going to be like with the full game, and it really got me excited because this isn't everything that we have so far. Like we weren't even able to use magic in this demo, but it was still very fun, and like we're going to get way more weapons than we got before. So like really in general, like what I got from this combat was just that the difficulty in this game coupled with the combat is just right. Like it's hard if you don't know what you're doing, but as soon as you figure out what you're supposed to do, you're moving along smoothly. But at the same time, there are some challenges, and like really any worries I had about the whole holding down the button was really put to rest, because I really didn't feel like when I was holding down the button I was just really getting lackadaisical about it. Like even though I was holding down the button, I was still worried about my surroundings, because really at any time, if you guys have seen, the Magitech soldiers will come down and really just like screw up your whole battle system and everything you got going on. And the game really does force you to use every single feature or gameplay aspect that they introduce, like taking cover behind a rock to refill your HP or your MP, or like warp into different places just to get away from it all. So really, just for me, the combat is looking really good so far, and it can only go up from here, especially with possibly future demos, or just really when the game comes out in full. Is there anything you have left to say about it, the combat, Dread?
One thing that I thought that, like you said, that you touched on that was pretty cool is, like you said, it's not even complete. We don't have the summons, we don't have all the weapons, we don't have the magic system, but it still felt very satisfying when you figured out how to use it. But at the same time, it's that level of difficulty to where if you don't know what you're doing, you will get overwhelmed easily. And the thing they make you do is they do make you take attention to like your environment and surroundings, because if you try to fight like a really big mob or even a small mob and you take too long fighting, the Magitech soldiers will come down and then that'll attract just even more outside enemies. And then if you go into night, you lose your buffs, so you start doing less damage and start taking more damage. And you just got to be really careful how you pick and choose your fights, and I thought that was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I think one last thing I was going to mention and I forgot to is I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when you actually summon Rama, there's a, like, if you look under, I think, Prompto's gauge where it shows his MP and HP, there's a quick little extra like MP and HP gauge that comes up for like 2 frames and then goes away. So like when I saw that, that really kind of like confirmed for me that summons aren't gonna be just a cutscene and then it does damage and goes away. We're actually probably going to be able to control these summons when the full game comes out. I don't know if you noticed that, Dread, when that happened, but I kind of actually noticed that at the last minute.
Holy crap, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I don't know if it worked for everybody, but at least when I saw it, that actually popped up. But now let's move on to visuals / presentation of the game. For me, the game looks very good, and when I went into this, I really kind of took in consideration that this was at first a PlayStation 3 game. Like, this was announced in 2006 and was in production before 2006. So I really do think that that they did a good job of really porting this over to next gen hardware and being able for it to look this good, especially with such a big open space. And a lot of people were wondering why there's such a big load time at the beginning. It's really because once you enter this demo, there's nothing loading at all, except for maybe a cutscene. But I think the only cutscene that loads is like toward the end. But like every single cutscene, everything you do in this game is just happens right as it goes. So I think that that the visuals are, like I said, very good for them having to port it over, and this just being a demo. I know a lot of people really can complain about the frame rate issues, but me personally, I think that's just a problem that may be exclusive to the demo. I'm pretty sure when we get the full game on disc, this isn't really going to be a problem, just because of the difference between a demo and the loading times on a disc. I feel that the graphics are going to get even better as the full game comes out. And another thing that I love about the visuals and the presentation is that everything that's in this game, presentation wise, audio wise, or like visual wise, it's there for a reason. So a lot of people make fun of the way that everybody's dressed up in black and whatnot, but if you actually read up on the information, you would know that Noctis, at least, is part of a royal family, but that royal family is really run like a mafia. And if you know what mafias are like, they all dress up in black and they're all very serious about their business. So like, I just love stuff like that. And people were actually some people were complaining about Prompto's English voice, and if you look up his information, you'll know that he's not from where Noctis and Gladiolus are from, and even Ignis isn't from where everybody else is. So everything presentation wise is just cool that it's there for a reason. What did you think about the characters and the presentation in general of the game?
I thought they were pretty good, like you said. Another thing that should be noted is The demo is running on Luminous Engine 1.5. The full game is going to run on 2.0, so that's why we had the visuals we had and the frame rate we had. So that's not really something that so much as an issue towards me, but I am glad that people brought it up. So that gives Square Enix, like, the idea we need to iron this out better when we get it to the full product. And like you said, everything is there for a reason. Nothing is shared just to look pretty or look good. And that's another thing about the characters that you said, like, Nazis' family is sort of run like a mafia, and like Prompto, yeah, Prompto and Ignis are I think the two foreigners of the group. Prompto, especially, I think he was actually like an orphan or something like that, and he somehow like got pulled into like Nazis' family or something, or like became one of his friends. And another thing that's like really really cool is like you said, everything is all real time. There's not really that much loading. If pretty much everything you see on the horizon is like pretty cool. And then another thing that was really cool is if you do the glitch where you can find Titan and all that stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just gonna be amazing. And I know, the environment was really cool, and this is only a minimal part of the full game. This is only the Duscae region itself. We haven't seen anything else about the other regions, so I'm really looking forward to like whatever they show after this. So yeah.
Yeah, and another thing to note too is that like this part of Duscae is probably only like 1/5 or 1/6 of how big Duscae actually is.
It's actually 1/10.
1/10. Yeah. I remember that now. It's only 1/10. Like. And you don't really have to even look up that information to know that. All you have to do is look at past trailers to know there's so much more to this place than what we've actually seen. And another thing about the world to me is that a lot of people were kind of worried about how this was a quote-unquote fantasy based on reality, and that kind of goes into how the world is set up. They actually went and visited actual places in real life to get references to what these places real like. But to me, when I played this demo, it really didn't really seem like any place that I might have seen before or actually visited. Maybe because I actually haven't visited any place that looked like this, but I really think they did an amazing job at balancing the mix of fantasy and real life. And I kind of like that it's teetering on fantasy and not really anybody seeing a place like this, but taking elements from real life just to make it more relatable, I guess you could say. And I really do think that it's good that they were able to alter it enough to have an earthy feel to it, yet feel like a place that we've never been to before. Still have that feel of when we enter a place we're like, oh, this is just like ridiculous how good this place looks, or like I wish I could visit this place. So that's it for me on top of in terms of visuals and presentation. Is there anything else you want to say, Dread, before we move on?
Yeah, that's another thing that was noted. It's like it looks really, really believable that this could exist in our world, but at the same time, it still teeters on the edge of fantasy. Like with the astral shard, you see in the backdrop. You're like, I could see. You said you could see that landscape probably somewhere, but the actual astral shard itself is what makes it stick out. And you think that would never be in our world, at least in this version or for something like that. And I thought that was pretty cool that they threw that in there. And then the dungeons themselves gave me that feeling of an actual dungeon. I'm in a tight, closed corridor. There's enemies around every corner. I have to be careful, cautious, that kind of thing. But yeah, I really liked how they presented that overall.
Yeah, one last thing I want to say is that like the amount of AI and attention to detail in this game is just absolutely ridiculous. Like you can actually go in and look at Prompto's, like if you look at Prompto's costume or like his jacket or whatever in this setting, there's like a stamp on there that's actually exists in real life that like he stitched into his like outfit or whatever. I forgot exactly what it says, but it actually pertains to him messing up the car in the demo, and it's just really funny that they added stuff like that into the demo. I don't know, maybe you guys saw it.
I didn't notice that.
I think I saw it on Tumblr or something like that, but yeah, it was just really funny that they added that in there. But the amount of detail, yeah, it's just ridiculous. So now I'm just gonna go into my ending thoughts on the demo overall. After playing this, I'm definitely excited for the full game. I can't wait for any news that we're getting after this, because remember, Tabata said that after this demo, we're getting way more news than we ever got before. It may take some time to get that news, but the best thing about this news is that it's not going to be about episode Duscae. It's going to be about the full game, or at least about a future demo that we might actually get. So all the news that we hear from here on out is going to be how the game's progressing, what they've gotten so far, and the trailers we're going to see are not going to be of Duscae. They're going to be of everything else that we saw that we haven't seen yet. And I'm just really eager to see like what further changes they're going to make from the demo, because this really was just an attempt to really see how the fans are reacting to the game so far. And I think so far they've done pretty damn well. Like, even people who were skeptical of the game, they tried it out and they were like, yeah, this is actually fun. Like, I'm really into this. So hopefully they fix any bugs or problems that people mentioned in the game. I'm pretty sure Square Enix did not want us to find the Titan in this demo, but it is what it is. I feel like the demo overall was just really a good teaser for what we're gonna see. It was a really good taste of what's to come, and obviously I wanted a little more because we did wait nearly a decade, but that's probably just me being greedy or whatever. So like I said, this is just like a very good like segment of the game they gave us, and I'm glad they kind of took out some stuff because it gives us something to look forward to in terms of combat. But yeah, is there anything you wanted to say? Your ending thoughts, Fred?
I guess my last ending thoughts was like, pretty much what you said. I am looking forward to what they show after it. But the one thing that I'm really, really looking forward to is how the summons like are gonna turn out. Like, they're gonna be controllable, things such as that. And I guess overall, just the overall setting they're going for, like the other different kind of environments we're gonna see. And I guess one thing that was really, really cool about the demo is like, you just think like, wow, there's just so, like, as good as it was, you're like, there's gonna be so much more than this. So it just, I think it was basically a demo done right. One thing that I can say though about the demo is I would like for Square to include, I know, this is not just a demo, this is more pertains to Kingdom Hearts, but I would like an actual Kingdom Hearts 3 demo with the full game of Final Fantasy 15. Like, keep that going. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I think they do know that those are the two games that everybody really cares about right now from them. But yeah, I mean, like you said, there's just so much more to this game that they haven't shown off yet, and I know E3 is going to be so good this year because we're just going to get so much stuff, maybe even about Kingdom Hearts 3 alongside Final Fantasy 15. This is the year that they said that they're going to be showing a lot more about Kingdom Hearts 3 alongside their the D23 event that they're holding. So yeah, that's basically all of our thoughts we have for the episode Duscae demo. Thank you for watching. If you stuck through the whole way through this, really just thank you, because this was kind of long. Make sure you go to Dreadnought Games channel and subscribe to him, show him some love, and really just support him in every way you can. Please like this video, subscribe again to his channel, subscribe to both of our channels, share this video, share our channels. Is there anything you want to say, Dred, before we leave?
Nothing else that you pretty much haven't touched on. Thanks for having me here, man. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you for coming. This is actually the first collab we actually had on both our channels, so it was very exciting. So yeah, again guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will both see you next time in our next uploads. Thank you.
Later, guys. Peace.